So tonight's meeting is going to be all about motivation. The title is going to be Do You Want It? Because I know that we're struggling with a little bit of motivation on our team, and that's perfectly fine. That's normal. It's okay. So let's talk about it. Let's fix it. Let's talk about some ways that you can fix it for yourself and we can avoid it in the future. So, talking about motivation, life's really, really hard without motivation. It's You need motivation to do everything. You need motivation to get out of bed. You need motivation to go to your job. You need motivation to go to this job. You need motivation to, do that extra thing you need to do. Do you need to dust your baseboards at your house? You need motivation to do that. It depends on who you are, what's important to you, what type of motivation you're going to need. Because for everyone, it's going to be a little bit different. Some people are naturally motivated to do certain things. Like maybe the baseboards for you is like, well, of course they're clean. Of course you had to clean them. Where for someone else, they're gonna be like, oh, you do that? Like someone cleans those? So everyone's gonna wanna be motivated in a little bit different ways, and that's perfectly fine. But life is hard without motivation. You're gonna need motivation in everything that you do. It is always gonna be hard without motivation. And in every aspect of your life, you're going to need motivation consistently. So it is okay to get bummed. I want to put that out there. It's okay to get disappointed. It's okay to be discouraged. It's okay to feel negative thoughts about what you're doing and where you are in your business and in your life and all those things. That's okay. It's very, very normal. And I feel like that's the really important part about this. Everyone's going to go through that. Everyone is. And no matter what you're doing, everyone has second guesses about that. So, what we can do, since we know it's going to come, is we can expect it. And if you expect things that are coming, then you can prepare for them and you can avoid them. You can plan on how you're going to combat it as soon as it comes around. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about how can we consistently prepare to motivate ourselves so that we don't have to go through those slums where we're feeling negative and we're feeling like, maybe we made the wrong decision about something, or maybe we're just down on ourselves because we aren't where we need to be. So, the biggest thing about that is to motivate yourself daily. There's a quote by Jim Rohn, and I've actually talked about it in our training before, but I have to bring it up again because it's so good and because it really applies to so many different things. And he says that, what does he say? He says, people say, sorry, people say motivation doesn't last. Well, neither does bathing. That's why we recommend it daily. You have to be motivated daily, consistently. You have to always be ready to motivate yourself. So if you know you're going to have bad times, if you consistently motivate yourself, if every day part of your day was motivating yourself to feel positive and to feel inspired and to want to work hard, if that was part of your day, how would you feel when you actually got bummed? Like, well, first of all, maybe you will never get bummed about things. Maybe you'll never go through that slump because you've been preparing for it and you've been on the offense. That's where I was looking for. I'm like, it's a football term. You've been on the offense to make sure you don't need to bring yourself up out of the dumps because you never got there, because you're going to keep yourself up here. Don't let yourself get down here before you start motivating yourself. Stay up here. So do it daily. There's so many different ways you can do it daily. But the fact of the matter is, it's all going to start with you. You're in charge of your own motivation. You're in charge of what's going on within your head. And that's kind of hard to think because sometimes we like to think that other people have made us feel certain ways, but you're in control of your own emotions. And that's something you really need to sink in for a little bit. Someone telling you no in this business isn't controlling your emotion. Someone telling your upline not working hard is not part of your emotion. Your downline, your entire team not working hard is not part of your motivation. None of those things are. That all comes from you. How you feel about it is up to you, and you're in control of that only. What's important about it starting with you is that your team is going to run if you're running. So if you're motivated and you're happy and you're inspired, your team is going to feel the exact same way. And the second that you feel discouraged and down and like you don't really want to try that hard, your team is also going to feel the same way. So you need to make sure that you're doing everything that you can to stay in a positive mindset where you're going to good places and you're working hard for your team. If you want success, your team is a huge, huge part of your success. So you're going to have to work hard for them. I can tell you from my own personal experience, whenever I'm working my hardest, my team somehow, for some magical reason, is also working really, really hard. And then when I'm feeling lazy, feeling discouraged, not doing a whole lot, just kind of skating by with the bare minimum, guess what my team is doing? The same thing. Oftentimes, they're even doing less than I am. So I do have a couple of all-stars out there that are consistently working hard no matter what, and I so appreciate them. And honestly, they inspire me. Like that's part of like what inspires me. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at my team off there running, and here I am slacking off. I need to go catch up with them and show them what a true leader is, and suck it up. It's gonna be fine, and go work hard. So thank you, Jamie. You're one of them. um, and I would say, so how bad do you want this? Like, why is it important to you? How bad do you want it? Like, did you just sign up because you're like, if I make some money, sweet. If I don't, no big deal. At least I got some reps out of it. Is that how you feel? Or did you join this company because you needed something, because you needed more out of life, because you had dreams and goals that you wanted to achieve? Because if you had those dreams and goals that you wanted to achieve and you didn't just do this to do it for the fun of it, which is generally not what people aren't like, oh, well, I have an idea today for the fun thing I'm going to do. I'm going to join It Works. Like that doesn't happen. So how bad do you want this? Like, are you thinking I want this and I need this and this is going to change my life and $300 extra a month is going to make such an impact in my life, or $1,000 extra a month can make such an impact in my life and what I can do? And what if your goal is $10,000 a month could make such an impact in my life? That could be you. So don't forget that you can dream big here too. So how bad do you want it? And more importantly than how bad do you want it, how bad are you acting like you want it? Are you actively acting towards your goals? Are you writing down your goals? Are you giving yourself, here's what I want to accomplish this week. These are my goals this week. These are my goals this month. Here are my goals by the end of the year. Here's my goals for 2017. You got to have those all laid out. Because in life, in every single thing that you do, if you don't know where you're going, you will not get there. If you don't know how you're going to get there, you won't get there. You got to have your eyes set on a goal that you're working towards, and you got to keep working until you get there. If you don't know where you're going and you say, I want to be better at this, like let's say in fitness, I say, I want to run a faster mile. All right, well, I walked a mile in 25 minutes the other day. So is faster 20 minutes? Or when I say I want to run a mile, that I mean I want to run a mile in 9 minutes. Because those are very, very different goals, hugely different. Are you trying to run? Or are you trying to walk? What are you trying to do? Same thing here in your business. What are your goals? If you don't define them, how would you ever reach, even if your goal is 20 minutes per mile, how are you ever going to reach that goal if you don't even know what you're working towards? How are you going to get there? How are you going to get to 9 minutes a mile? You're going to have to know, I'm going to have to run the whole time. I'm going to have to do this the whole time. That's what you do. You set up your, okay, I have to do a half of a mile in 10 minutes if I'm doing a 20-minute mile. So I have 10 minutes to get through half of a mile. How fast do I have to go to do that? Am I on pace right now? How far through the mile are you already? Are you there? You're not there yet? Oh my goodness, you're a quarter of the way through your mile and it's taking you 6 minutes. Well, you better hustle the next half. Like you got to hustle. That's what it boils down to. This business is the exact same way. You need to know what your goals are. You need to know what your timeline is to reach them in, and you need to be working on your baby steps to get you there. So those are going to be your daily to-do list. What's on your daily to-do list? Are you actually writing down your daily goals for your business? Are you putting your goals, whatever those goals were that we just discussed, your weekly goals, your monthly goals, your end of the year goals, and your 2017 goals, are you putting those in front of yourself? Like, are those in front of your face somewhere? Do you have them on your mirror in your bathroom? Do you have them in your car? Do you have them on your fridge? Do you have them in your office? Wherever it is. Because the more you put that in front of your face, the more you're going to go get them. And the more you don't have them around, the more you're going to forget about them. It needs to be in front of your face. You're going to forget about it. It's sad but true. It's just one of those things. It's like, trust me on this one. If you don't see it everywhere and if you're not actively reminding yourself that these are your goals, you're not going to get there. And another part of this, don't just have your goals be things like, oh, I'm going to sign 2 little customers and a distributor by the end of this month. And then I'm going to do steps to success in November. And then I'm going to reach diamond in December. Don't just have those kind of goals. I want you to have goals that are really fun. Like, what are you going to reward yourself with too? So if you hit diamond, what are you going to do? Anything cool? Mom went to Garth Brooks. That was one of her goals. Awesome. That's a really, really fun goal. So in that case, I would have a little picture of Garth Brooks' lovely little face. And I put that places. Like I get to go to I get to buy these tickets as soon as I reach this level. Give yourself fun goals that are going to reward you. I've definitely done that with myself, and that's something that I've been lacking on myself. I don't have my goals out right now. I cleaned my fridge and I wiped off all of my tape marks from all of my other goals I've had listed there, and I haven't put them back up yet. So I need to put my goals on my mirror. I need to put them on my fridge. I need to put them on the back of my door. I like to, when I walk out of my house, remind myself of what my goals are for the day. What are you working towards? Like, what is the lifestyle that you're working towards? You can achieve that every day when you walk outside your house and you interact with new people. You have an opportunity to get closer to your goals. If you don't think about that when you're walking out the door, you won't. There's a really good chance you'll forget.
Post-it.
Put post-its places, pieces of poster board. You can cut them up into pieces. I have pieces that are scraps sitting down on my floor right now in my office so that I can write them and put them up places. I can write them. I can write things on my poster board and cut it up and put it places. So that's what you need to do. Put those goals in front of your face. Like these are really easy steps, guys. Like this isn't rocket science. This isn't something that's really difficult to do. It's not even something that's time consuming. They're just little tiny little baby steps that when done together, when you put them all together, it's going to help you reach your goals. That's what it boils down to. So if you want this, go take these baby steps to get there and you will get there. Okay, so let's talk about a few more things. You have your goals. You know what your goals are. You know what your rewards are. You have them in front of your face everywhere. You have daily to-do items to get there. So you break it down even farther. So if your goal is to run a 9-minute mile, you gotta run, right? Are you gonna run? Are you gonna practice? Or are you just gonna like sit here and like be like, I'm gonna mentally think about it. I'm gonna think about running 9 minutes a mile and I'm sure I'll do it. No, you're going to actually have to physically go do something. And that's the same in this business. You have to have daily to-do items, action items that are going to get you closer to your goals. So let's say your action items are, I'm going to talk to 100 people today. That's a big goal. That's awesome. I'm proud of you. So, or maybe it's 100 people this week. That's also a big goal. So you're going to talk to 100 people this week. Well, let's say you talk to 100 people this week and nothing happens. They all tell you, I'm not interested. I don't want your product. And I think you're stupid for talking to me, and they block you. Okay, so what do you do then? Here's what you do. You don't get discouraged by it. You don't get upset about it. There would not be this company of It Works Global and all of these products and all of these people who are successful, including myself, if people didn't actually want this. They do. So as with anything else, you wouldn't get discouraged if you jumped out of the house and tried to run your 9-minute mile and you had to stop and walk. You don't get discouraged. You just know that you keep trying and every day it's going to get easier. So when you talk to those 100 people, learn from it. Look back and see what mistakes you made. See what you could have done differently. Did you end every time you had a discussion with someone, did you end it in a question? You need to do that. That is so important. Did you ask them what their goals were? Did you ask them what their timeline is? Did you ask them what their expectations were? Did you ask them what their budget is? Those are your most important things you need to be asking people. What is your budget? What are your goals? What is your timeline to achieve those? And what do you expect to happen? Because the expectations part is where that is our job as distributors to make sure people have realistic expectations with our products. And their goal isn't like, oh, I expect when I do one wrap, I'm going to lose 4 inches. Well, you know what? It could happen. It'd be rare. It could happen. But that's really not a realistic expectation to have. And I want to be perfectly honest with you because I don't want you to sign up for something and get discouraged when it doesn't happen. Be honest with people. Don't set unrealistic expectations, all of that stuff. So do your action items. Start talking to people. When you get through your 100 and they all tell you no, go watch some training videos. What are you doing? What are you doing that other people aren't doing? Or what aren't you doing that other people are? There's so many training videos, so much advice out there that's going to help you with exactly whatever you're trying to pinpoint on. Talk to your upline, get some help with it. And then learn from the mistakes that you made, because I guarantee you your next 100, you'll get somebody who's interested. You just keep going and you just keep asking. So if 100 people didn't do it for you, then maybe you need to talk to 300. But guess what? There's I don't even know, something billions of people in this world. You have plenty of people out there to talk to. Build relationships and talk to people. Don't cold message and just say, hi, my name is so-and-so. Do you want to buy a wrap from me? Build a relationship with that person. Learn who they are and then talk to them about it. So Here's another thing. We talked about this at the very beginning. It all starts with you. It starts with you. Your team's going to run when you run. You got to put your goals in front of your face. You got to have your daily to-do items. You got to have your action items. And you got to work hard. And you got to keep going forward and learn from your mistakes and get better and better. But you personally need personal development. So that's one of the biggest things that I didn't really actually believe in when I first started this company. I didn't believe that I needed personal development or it was going to make a difference in how successful I was at this company. And I was wrong. Personal development is so important. Part of personal development is going to teach you how to believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, you're going to have a very hard time reaching your goals. There's a couple things that you need to believe in. You need to believe in you, number one, that you are capable of being whatever rank it is that your goal is. Do you believe that you are capable of getting there? Because if you don't, you never will. You won't. Bottom line. So believe in yourself, what you're capable of. There's a million TED Talks on YouTube that are amazing. I love TED Talks. They're all different timelines. You could watch one for 5 minutes. You can watch one for 20 minutes. You can watch one for an hour. I like the 20-minute ones are like my favorites, but there's tons of those types of videos. There's Matthias M. Maybe I'll link him because I can't remember what his name is. He's one of my favorites. He does short videos. They're really, really inspirational.
I know who that is.
Really, really good.
Makes you want to like get up and go.
Oh yeah. I'm like, I have to go running now.
You want to get up and do it.
Yes. So there's a lot of really good people out there and you just have to look for them. It takes 2 seconds on YouTube to type it in and to find someone to watch. So do your personal development, whatever it is that you know that you're lacking, because I know that you know what you're lacking. So don't act like you don't know what it is. Don't act like you don't need the personal development. We all do. Build yourself up. Believe in yourself. Believe you can reach your goals. Believe that the company is going to pay you when you reach your goals. Believe the company is going to support you and do everything they can to help you get there. Believe in the products. Huge, huge thing. You got to believe in the products. Got to believe that they work. You're not going to be able to share with enthusiasm. I'm like getting ahead of myself in my head and I'm like blah, 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 with my tongue. But you have to believe in the products. Believe that they're going to work so that when you talk to them about them, that you speak with enthusiasm and excitement about people's results because you know they're going to get them. Because people are going to get results. And even if you tried 2 different products and you don't think that they're great or wonderful and you didn't notice anything, keep trying. There's so many products out there and these are not one size fits all. Like no one says like, oh, if you put on a wrap, you're going to lose X amount of inches because these products don't all work the same on different people. People have different chemistries. They eat different foods. They have different lifestyles. There's so many different things. Genetics. There's so many different things that are going to impact your results that we can't guarantee anything, but we can guarantee that we can have the excitement about the product and we can speak from personal experience from our own personal results as well as our customers and our other distributors and our team's results and know that these products work. And find one that you feel passionate about, that you believe in, because that's going to be the product that you're going to sell the most of, for sure. It's going to be the one that you need to be sharing with people the most. And that's going to help you a lot. So believe that you are capable of getting there. Believe that the company is going to pay you and that the company is going to support you to get there. And believe that the products work. Like I said, you don't have to believe in all the products. That's fine. But here's one thing I want to talk to you about when it comes to motivation. Let's say I said to you, you have to hit double diamond. And until you hit double diamond, I'm going to take all of your family and everyone who's important to you, and I'm going to lock them all in a jail cell. And you don't get any access to them. You can't talk to them or anything until you hit double diamond. And then my cousin who I was talking to about this says, and they took your dog too. Okay. That means something to me. I got teary-eyed. She's like, are you tearing up? I'm like, yes. Why'd you say that? Why'd you bring that up? Don't talk about that. That's horrible. So let's say I totally start tearing up as I talk about it. So like, let's say someone says they're going to take your dogs away until you hit double diamond and put them in a tiny little cage where they don't get to interact with any people at all, ever. How long is it going to take you to hit double diamond? Really? If they took me and Tori and Dad and they put us all away, and you were by yourself until you hit double diamond, how fast did you get there?
You'd work. I'd work.
You would work hard. You
wouldn't sleep.
You wouldn't sleep. You wouldn't do anything. You'd work so hard.
If your family is in jeopardy.
And I bet you would get there in days. I bet it wouldn't even be weeks until you get there. I bet that you would get there in days.
Everybody would know about it works.
Everyone would know. Everyone would know. And everyone would either have said yes or said no to you, and you wouldn't have cared what their opinions were.
Not many people would have said no.
No, not many people would have said no. But so think about it this way then. You are being taken away from your friends and your family right now. You are being taken away from your dog right now. Are you truly living with financial freedom and with the freedom of time? Because if you don't have those two things in your life right now, then you are not living the full life that you could live with your friends, your family, and your dog. You're not. So if you want that, if you want to live with your friends and your family and your dog with the freedom to do whatever it is that you want, anytime that you want, then you have to work. That's what it boils down to. Work. Action items. Daily things you're going to do. You're going to put your goals in front of your face. You're going to motivate yourself daily. You're going to do personal development daily. You're going to work hard to get there, and you'll get there. That's really all it takes. We all know everyone's capable of doing this. It's not like, I saw this like crazy girl who's super pretty and she's super outgoing and she was able to do this and I'm not. And so I signed up. No, you saw people in this that could do this that were real people that are really like normal. They're normal. And there's nothing special.
You see these top people and you actually meet them and you go,
the top earners are so normal. They're scared. They hate people telling them no, just like you. We all hate it.
They don't like to blitz.
It's scary. Every time you blitz, it's scary.
Their kids interrupt them.
Yes.
Their mother interrupts them.
Exactly. So you can do this just like everyone else could, or else you wouldn't have signed up. But there's nowhere else that you can make this. Let's say it takes you 5 years to get to Presidential Diamond, and you're making $150,000 a year, and it takes you 5 years to get there. Is it worth it? Can you do something else right now that's going to get you there in 5 years? $150,000 a year. Right now in your life, can you say, I'm going to flip a switch right now, and in 5 years, I'm going to make that much money? You probably can't, but you can here. It's one of the very few places that you can do that.
You can make $1 million in 5 years.
Oh, you can make a ton of money in 5 years. So if there's nothing else stopping you, then why don't you? It's just you. It's you. You're the only thing that's stopping you and preventing you from doing this. So go out there and get it because you're fully capable of this. Believe in yourself. You can do this. No one's going to ask you to join this company if they don't think that you can do it too. They're not. I'm not a horrible person. I'm not going to be like, hey, can you give me $100? Because first of all, I make nothing from your $100. Second of all, I don't want people to waste their money. Third of all, you need to be successful and I need to believe that you're going to be successful in order for me and you to make money. Why would I ask you to do it if I didn't think that you could? I wouldn't. I don't get anything from it if I ask you to do it and you can't. Nothing. We all lose. So no one wants that to happen. So here's your goals. You're going to be no negativity at all. I don't even want to hear any complaints. No complaining at all. You're going to talk positivity. You're going to talk about who you are, what your goals are, and be that person right now. Tell yourself that you are. I am double diamond, and this is what my daily life is like as a double diamond. Do you think double diamonds get up and talk about how horrible their team is working? No, they get up and they replace the people who are not working with new people. That's what they do. You cannot, you are worthy. You're worthy of this. There's no one else that's more worthy of this than you right now. You deserve this and you can go do it. Work hard, think positive, put those things in your life daily and consistently. They're going to remind you and help you to get there because that's what's going to do it. Motivate yourself, whatever it takes. Watch YouTube videos, watch personal development, call your upline, call your downline, whatever it's going to take. I actually don't advise you to call your downline very often, but if you need to, you can. Whatever it's going to take for you to want to get there and to want to be motivated and to work towards your goals and get there because you are the only thing in your way ever in this. You have every tool, every option. There's nothing preventing you from doing this. I don't care what your life situation is. It could be more difficult for you to do it, but it's not preventing you from doing it. And that's for sure. So work hard and you guys can go do this and we're all going to reach the top together. Hope everyone has a great night.